Tanya had once spent her younger years completely absorbed in caring for her children. Between the endless responsibilities and sleepless nights, she and her husband rarely had moments just for themselves. Now, seeing her daughter in law Serenity expecting a child, she couldn't help but remember how precious those quiet moments between husband and wife used to be. She wanted Serenity to cherish them too, to rest, to love, and to keep her marriage as strong as ever. Serenity, touched by her mother in law's kindness, agreed to let little Sonny spend a few days at Wild Ridge Manor during his winter vacation. She knew how much the elders adored the boy and didn't have the heart to refuse. But she also had other plans. After his short stay, she would take Sonny to Annenberg to visit friends and spend part of the winter there. When Tanya heard about this, she couldn't hide her disappointment. She had imagined her grandson filling the house with laughter for at least 10 days. The manor always felt warmer with a child around, but as Serenity explained that Sony had already made plans with his little friend Titus, Tanya could only smile and nod in understanding. Still, her heart felt a twinge of longing. Sensing her mother in law's wistfulness, Serenity gently suggested that Tanya could join them in Annenberg. It would be a chance to travel, see new sights, and meet their relatives, the Johnsons. Their families were close, and Serenity assured her that she would be warmly welcomed. At first, Tanya hesitated. She didn't want to seem like she was imposing on others, but the thought of spending time with her son, daughter in law, and grandson in a new city sounded tempting. Zachary encouraged her, saying he would make all the arrangements. Tanya eventually agreed, laughing that if she went, her husband would certainly insist on coming too. The two of them had been inseparable for decades, and where one went, the other followed. She began to picture the laughter of the Johnson children, the lively gatherings, and the joy of spending time with family again. Before long, her disappointment had turned into excitement. As the afternoon passed, she reminded Serenity and Zachary that they must be busy with work before the new year and offered to care for Sony in the meantime. Serenity felt grateful. Tanya's willingness to help would give them the peace they needed to prepare for the baby's arrival. Tanya then hurried off to the kitchen, her heart light and full. She instructed the chefs to prepare all of Serenity's favorite dishes and a few of Zachary's as well. When she returned, another surprise awaited. The old matriarch of the York family, Grandma May, had just arrived. The moment she heard that her beloved grandson and his wife had come home, she had left her friends behind and rushed back in Sam's electric car, eager to see them. Her arrival brought warmth and energy to the house. Serenity, who had always shared a special bond with the old lady, immediately went to her side. After exchanging affectionate greetings, Grandma May led Serenity to the sofa, where Tanya had already arranged fruit, pastries, and snacks. Even during pregnancy, Serenity's love for food hadn't changed, and everyone doted on her for it. Then, the conversation shifted to something more serious. Zachary explained that several renowned healers, including the old miracle doctor, had arrived in Wheelspoon and were staying at the Stones' residence. Grandma May was surprised. Those legendary doctors rarely traveled together, and it had been decades since they last did. She immediately realized that their visit must be connected to someone important. Serenity confirmed it. The man they had been searching for, Grandpa Jimenez, was with them. Years ago, he had been hunted down and gravely injured but was saved by the old miracle doctor and had lived with him ever since. Now, nearly 100 years old, he was weak and relied on medicine to stay alive. Though his life was nearing its end, he had finally found peace. Still, Serenity couldn't help but feel a wave of sadness. After years of searching, they had found him, only to realize they might soon lose him. For her aunt, this discovery was both a relief and a heartbreak. Grandma May listened carefully, her wise eyes full of understanding. She asked if this man, loyal to the late matriarch of the Farrell family, might have kept any evidence of the wrongs committed against her. Serenity shook her head. There wasn't much left that could be used, but her aunt had already made up her mind. With or without proof, she was determined to reclaim her rightful place as head of the Farrell family. As the evening settled in, the York home was filled with the comforting rhythm of family life. Tanya, busying herself in the kitchen, Grandma May sipping tea and chatting warmly, and Serenity resting with her hand on her growing belly. Outside, the winter air was crisp, but inside, the house glowed with laughter, love, and quiet determination for the future.